About a year ago, we did a video about Bitcoin. Most people didn't like it, which is understandable because of the primary purpose of my channel, Cinnabon, of course. But I do like to talk about some of the things I'm into outside of kitty cats. And one of those things is Bitcoin. Now, I did a presentation last year on it at work with a buddy of mine who also is a coworker, of course. The presentation we did was about an hour or so with questions and answers. We're doing a follow-up at work for a group called the Young Professionals Group, and I jokingly sometimes refer to it as the Young Unprofessionals, which has a lot of sort of investment things that we talk about. And we're doing a little update presentation that's going to be about 15 minutes, and we're going to wrap it into a happy hour, which should be more interesting because talking about the technology behind it's really boring. So we're just going to touch on the highlights and the historical stuff. It's funny because people like Dave Ramsey, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for, is totally against Bitcoin. Even to this day, people that have made a lot of money on it, he tells them more or less to get out now. He implies that it was a stupid get rich quick thing, but if somebody invests into something in 2014 and waits until now, that's not a really that's not short term. That's I would consider that long term. But anyway, I guess all depends on who you ask. There's other people like the Winklevoss twins who had their roots in Facebook and then other things. And Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter. There are a lot of people who are prominent figures in the the financial realm who are against it. And there's also people who are also in that field who are for it. So it's really interesting. There's a big clash of people that, and I suspect a lot of people that are against it don't understand it, or they perhaps had an issue that wasn't inherent in Bitcoin. It was perhaps they're on an exchange that had a problem or something like that. And at the time of that initial presentation in early 2020, Bitcoin was just over $10,000. Now, 2020, brief history, it started the year at around 10,300 or so, and it was climbing. And then it went down to 4 or 5,000 during the whole nasty pandemic situation. And then it went back up to 10,000 slowly. And then it traded sideways for a while. And then it closed the year with just under $30,000 per Bitcoin, which was at the time a new all-time high. We are just opening 2021, and today Bitcoin has reached a new all-time high, and it seems to be climbing at over 33,000 per coin, which is history. It's never happened before, which is pretty crazy. So it has more than tripled since the last video about it. So I'm not going to go into what it is because I've already done that in the previous video, and I put the link to the previous video in the description. But basically right now, in my opinion, what is driving the price of Bitcoin is the institutional investment people. So PayPal just recently let their millions of users start to engage with cryptocurrency or Bitcoin transactions. And there's also big players like MicroStrategy, Square, etc. So Fidelity is another one so this bull run is being driven by financial institutions and not retail individuals such as myself and possibly yourself. So pretty interesting stuff. Just thought I'd give a quick update, short video. And again, this is something that's a little bit different for this channel, but it's just something I'm into. Much like the firearms videos, those are far more frequent than Bitcoin, but it's just something I like to do. And maybe some of you bought some and are doing quite well, but not that you should have listened to me anyway, because I'm not a financial expert. I'm just telling you what I'm into and my opinions on that. Everything I say is an opinion. Yeah, you should definitely talk to a financial professional before making any investment decisions, right, buddy? Yeah. And your daddy's not one of those. No, I make really stupid decisions that end up sometimes going really well and other times not. So you never know. Yeah. So it's 33,000. Just for fun, we'll do a video in a year from now, a Bitcoin 3 update. So January 2022, we'll do another video if I remember. Hopefully I do, about where Bitcoin is at. And I'm just going to make a prediction, I guess, just for fun. I have no idea. I'm not an expert on predictions, but I would say by then, I think Bitcoin will be close to, if not slightly above, six figures, or have reached that by then. I don't know if it'll be there then. I think it'll at least have exceeded it as a previous high, and I think it'll be around that this time next year. We'll find out. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, that'll be a good buying opportunity, right? Get it on sale, which I consider it still on sale at 33,000. But anyway, enough talk about that. We'll wish you a fantastic rest of your weekend and be safe out there, everybody. Bye-bye. Now we're talking about some real money. And some interesting old money. This one's from 1934. When I was a cashier, I used to take old money and swap it out with new money if I ever got something interesting. And a lot of this would come from older people, too. This is an example against government-backed fiat currency that has gone horribly wrong. Here is another example, a current example, in regards to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, aka North Korea. And the next thing I'm about to show you is better than money.